What's up guys, Danzi and welcome to another episode of CAPMODE Cheat Codes. It's episode 10, so a kind of jubilee for me. Thank you all for your support on the series. For the first 9 episodes, it's episode 10 and it's the first ever video for me talking English about Sorare. My German community, I love you guys, but I thought for the 10th episode I'll bring a special one. And maybe in the future, if this episode is well received by you guys, I'll bring this series in English from this point on. The main reason is that my post from CAPMODE Cheat Codes, I post 3 players every game week on my Twitter in English, and the audience I'm able to reach there is fairly higher than the audience here on my German Sorare YouTube channel. So this will be a test, first ever video in English, so I apologize for every mistake, but I think the ones of you that are not native speakers can understand me. And as I said, if there's enough positive feedback from your side, I'll be posting these videos in English from now on. Now we go into the series and into the players I have on my watch list for game week 363. So from today on, we've got 2 players per position. So we got 2 goalkeepers, 2 defenders, 2 midfielders and 2 forwards that I'll show you and that I'll think will outperform their last 15 in the upcoming game week. First one is a German one, Lennart Moser, U23 goalkeeper from KAS Eupen in the Belgian league. Eupen is fighting relegation, but they're up against Zulte Waregem at home, and Zulte is in a more severe spot to fight relegation, so it's a battle between 2 sides. They are nearly equal, and I think there's a possibility that Lennart Moser will get a clean sheet or at least save some shots and outperform his L15 of 39. Up next, we've got the best CAPMODE cheat code from this week, at least in my opinion. It's Tomasz Kubek from FC Augsburg in Germany. Augsburg's coach said in the press conference that there'll be a high chance that Kubek is playing because Gikiewicz, the number 1, has a shoulder injury. His L15 is 0, so he's perfect to fit in the CAP 220 competitions. You can use his limited in the CAP 220 rare competition. You can use his common in the CAP 220 limited competition, and you can use his common also in the Bundesliga Amateur Challenge. For the first defender, we'll stay in the Bundesliga with Mats Hummels from Borussia Dortmund. Schlotterbeck is out until the end of April. Süle could be out, so there's not many alternatives left at center back for Borussia Dortmund. Hummels can lead the back line. They've got a favorable matchup. They're playing away against Stuttgart. And yes, Hummels should be safe in the center back position spot. Then we've got some MLS defender in Gabriele Corbo. The Italian came back to Montreal for this season. Started the last game and conceded the penalty, so not the best start, I think. But apparently Montreal is trading away one of their starting center backs. It's Kamal Miller. He's going to Inter Miami, and therefore there's a center back starting spot left with Camacho and Waterman. The third center back could be Corbo, but be cautious. He could start, but there's always a chance he won't start, and they'll put in someone else, but I think Corbo will get a second chance. Let's get to the first midfielder spot, and it's Florian Grillitsch, an Austrian playing for Ajax Amsterdam since this season. He recently came back from injury and played his first game in the starting 11 last game. Ajax won 4-0 against Sittard, and Grillitsch played in center midfield. 72 minutes, 72 points, so good AA scores for him. And with the upcoming home game against Emmen, I think Florian Grillitsch will play again, and he should be on for some nice scores. The second midfielder is from Atletico Madrid. It's Belgian international Yannick Carrasco, who's playing left wing back in the Diego Simeone 5 at the back formations. Got an assist last game against Rayo Vallecano from this position, and now Atletico is up against UD Almeria. Easy matchup for Atletico, and I'll think Carrasco will perform well. Last but not least, I'll show you 2 strikers that could perform well. For me, that was the hardest position to find someone fitting. The first one I picked is Lebo Motiva, mainly because of his low L15 score with 29. If he'll start the game, he'll get an instant 35 and +6 boost. His team Strasbourg is playing against Ajaccio, so it's the number 16 spot from France against the number 19 spot, and I think Motiva could get a goal or assist against Ajaccio. The last pick of the day is Michael Mandron. It's a Frenchman playing in Scottish Premier League. He's playing for Motherwell. His L15 is at 28 and they are playing against Dundee United at home. His price has risen a bit, but I think if you need a striker with this low L15, Mandron could be your guy. Obviously, there's a possibility that Kevin van Veen doesn't score 2 or 3 goals and Michael Mandron gets the opportunity to score a goal, and hopefully he delivers in this upcoming game week 363. And before this video comes to an end, I'm gonna show you this full watch list of CAPMODE cheat codes for game week 363. It contains 25 players and you can find it on Sorare data. It's linked in the description. Obviously, we spoke about some players before, so I'm gonna go through the other ones. It's Martin Montoya, who could get a start. Nice L15 with 0. So if you like a gamble, maybe Martin Montoya will play. And then we got Julio Pleguezelo playing for Twente in absence of Mes Hilres. Then we got Xavier Mus in absence of Andries Noppert. He's playing again. And then we got Hugo Gonçalves for FC Copenhagen. Nice matchup at home against Viborg. And for me, he's one of those players who's too good for the league. Then we got Santiago Arias for FC Cincinnati. Got a great start to the season and St. Louis is struggling at the moment, so I can see Santiago Arias outperforming his L15 of 39. We got Lewis O'Brien, came from Nottingham Forest to DC United, and his first game, or first 90-minute game for the club, was a great one. DC United lost 2-0 at home against Columbus Crew, but O'Brien scored 38 AA, is U23 till the summer. I got one limited of him before his transfer happened. I'm gonna get him in my MLS Pro lineup. Corbo we talked about. We have Hüseyin Türkmen up against Beşiktaş. Really tough matchup, but he's really cheap. Wilson Manafa, right back for Porto, up against Santa Clara. Theo Pellenar up against Nantes, but Auxerre struggling at the moment. Douan Alemdar could play instead of Mandanda against Rennes, but not sure about that, so that's why I didn't include him in my 2 goalkeeper picks. Rob Holding playing against West Ham United. Haidara and Simakon, both really good players with a nice matchup against Augsburg and Kubek. Simakon 31, I think it's too low, so if he scores a 50, which he's capable of, he can do wonders for Leipzig, and same with Haidara with some decisives. Then we've got Kingsley Schindler is playing right wing for Cologne up against Mainz at home. 31 is really low L15. We talked about Hummels. Joscha Wanyoman playing against Dortmund, so difficult matchup, but 28 L15 is low as well. And then last but not least, we got Rafa and Gilberto, both for Benfica Lisbon, playing against Chavez and Gilberto at right back. And Rafa could sneak in a goal after his poor performance against Inter in the Champions League. Maybe he wants some redemption, so he could score or assist one, and that's all. And now we talked about every player on my CAPMODE cheat codes list. Thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments if I should continue the English videos or should I switch back to German. And I wish you the best of luck for your Sorare game week. See you next time. I'm out. Bye.